What is up, guys? Today is the weekend and as usual it's car day. Today we're as usual continuing the doing the Jeepra. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do today, but we're almost at Elvin, so stay tuned. I think we're removing the lift kit today, lowering down the Jeep, and then maybe doing some fitting for the new engine bracket for the 1J. Oh my god, look at that! 2J Aristo! There! There is a 2J, guys. 2J Tabo. Aristo. So today's plan to take out the rear shackle. This is the rear shackle. Cannot see. Change to the original to reduce the height. And the front block, this one, which increased the height of my car by 2 inches. So we have to take that out to do the fitting so that the Jeep will be 2 inches lower. So let's take that out first. Both sides has taken out lift kit. You can see there's no more gap on top of the spring. So this is both of it. One, yes, both of it is taken out. Now it's left for the rear shackle. We gotta change the aftermarket one to the ori one. Dose is with me today, helping out changing the shackle and taking out the lift kit block. So let's do rear for now. Original height. Siapa? Saya mau top up. Kena Remy.
Kamu punya Econ gas nah, boleh datang sini.
Original shackle.
Pusing belah ni kau.
Tarik.
Cepat.
First shackle out. This shackle. The difference between the shackle in height. So this is what we need. And Dose opening the left side now. 1 year later. Oh, look at that difference. Low and not low. This cloud. Rednya panjang.
One eternity later.
Lasa kan?
Masuk. Boleh lepas? Kau lepas tangan aku.
Shackle out. Moment of truth, lowered lifestyle.
Patang.
Oh, yes. Now the difference. Kasi nampak na. Ooh, the lowered gap a bit. Can't really tell the difference, but I'll show you guys the one before height and after. This after. Looks good. Ooh.
The next day.
So as you all saw yesterday, I lowered down my Jeep by removing my 2-inch lift kit and installed the normal shackle Yeah, can't really see it, but from the front you can see there's no more block. That was the one that increased my Jeep's height. Why is it important for me to actually remove the lift kit? Is actually because to do the alignment of the long shaft and the engine and plus the gearbox, I actually have to lower down the Jeep by a lot, so that, you know, like the long shaft won't be as, we want to make the long shaft as straight as we want to. So as you can see here, if we want to make the long shaft as straight as we want to, we want the height of the body to be as close as we can to the axle to the bottom. So by removing the lift kit, the body will actually go a lot, like 2 inch lower. 2 inches around here. So originally it was like this high maybe, then now it's lower by this high maybe. Yeah, the front it was like that high, and now it is this high. And the other day, like I said before, I'm supposed to change this front sump with this reassembling here, but then I forgot that we're supposed to do fittings for the new bracket, so we're actually using an empty block of the 1J, and then we put, you can see here, it's 1J. Then after that we installed the rear sump on this empty block and plus the bell housing, and then we're gonna use this to basically put it in the engine bay for the measurement for the new bracket. It's a lot easier like this because the head is not mounted and the pistons are all not inside. So that means it's a lot easier for us to put in and put out of the engine bay. But then today we are not going to do that. After lowering the Jeep, we are removing the gear inside this front axle and also the front shaft inside this axle. The other side has been removed before, so it's only removing on the right side. So yeah, let's do that. One with the engine. Hehe. Enak sekali. Krak-krak. It's a cover out. Open. Oh. Yeah. Axle cover out. Interesting front diff for the front axle. In the engine bay, I have to remove the front diff because with this gear inside, it is actually making my wheels to turn heavier because of the load connected to this diff. So you can, later on I'll show you, there's actually a shaft inside here which we will remove also later on. But for now, let's remove the gear. Oil is pretty clean though, surprisingly. Look at that. Wow. So let's remove the diff. Okay. Yes. How do you open this? I wonder. Hey. No way. Gigi sebelah. Si buka. Macam ni kena buka tu. So now the axle shaft is out, so we basically can take out the diff finally, because if not, the axle shaft is the one that's holding the diff on the side of the diff. Now axle shaft is finally out, and also the wheels will turn more freely because less load on the wheels. So let's install back the hub and also the head of the shaft. Beratnya.
Minyak. Coba mesin. Kali itu minyak Pak.
Wait. Handle.
Saya sendiri pandai tengok itu kan.
Pola konflik tu. Rim installed, axle shaft out. Finally. Now it's left for the diff inside the axle. So finally done all that. Then finally can actually take out the front diff so that less load on the axle, less stuff inside, less problem. Yay! So that was the video on the Jeepra. The lift kit removed for lower chassis to the axle, so that easier for the balancing of everything, like more straight, plus the axle, the gearbox and the engine. And then supposedly removal of the diff of the axle, which I couldn't do in time because apparently I forgot that the axle shaft is supposed to be out. Then I can actually remove the diff. And then the removal of the axle shaft, which is important for the diff to be out, and also for more so that it doesn't have load on the wheels next time when it's done. Before this, so that it's actually connected to the diff, so the diff is actually putting load on both of the front wheels, actually one side, because I already removed the other side back then. That means it was slower on the other wheels. It's heavier on the other wheels, it's the same speed, but then load reduces your speed. So that is so far the progress on the Jeep. Nothing so big. Was pretty busy the past few days. Yeah, the next thing we're gonna do is put in the empty block with the rear sum so that we can actually measure for the new bracket. We're actually making new bracket. Super excited for this. For those of you who are interested in watching the chaser video, the chaser is behind me, sleeping for the meantime, resting. The Panda is also sleeping until I'm done with the Jeep. I'll be continuing both of the cars. as fast as I can because it's been overdue for for quite some time. And check this out. One is a 70 series and one is an 80 series. I don't know if you can see it or not. Ooh, look at the generation of the two cars. It's like the land of old school. Looks good together. Oh yeah, and we're releasing our first merch collab with the 4B1X boys. It's an in-house design, good quality cotton and everything. For those of you who are interested, they come in gray, dark gray. That is Big Blue Max Car, the president of 4B1X, and together with my panda, it's like half together. It's so fucking beautiful. The date of the last pre-order is gonna be closing soon. It's on the next week Sunday. So for those of you who hasn't pre-ordered yet, you guys should pre-order because it's our first official merch. We've collab with the 4B1X boys. We worked so hard for this merch, like with all the stuff that we went through just to make sure that this shirt is gonna be good. So don't forget, for those of you who wants to pre-order, you can DM me or you can DM Temptation/Biki Avanti in Instagram, or for those of you who knows my WhatsApp or anything, you can just hit me up and get your pre-order before the date, before the closing. Yeah, props for Vien for that very good merch and all the team who has worked so hard on making this possible. Hope you guys like the video. Don't forget like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.